We are now tied up 1-1 apiece in the NBA Finals. Welcome back to the MC show. It's your boy MC or Mock, whatever you feel comfortable with. But we're here, we're back. We're here to review Game 2 of the NBA Finals. OKC wins 123 to 107. We wanted to do OKC first. In a blowout win, very dominant fashion. Lead up to as much as 23. And very dominant win. Played like the Oklahoma City Thunder that we've seen throughout the regular season and these playoffs. Before, of course, we get into it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any all help would be greatly appreciated. Soon, my episodes will be up on a podcast feed, on your podcast feeds, Apple Podcast, Spotify, or whatever. So don't forget to follow, subscribe, leave a review on those platforms too. But you will be notified when that happens. But to start off, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder tying up the series 1-1. We're gonna start with them before we get to the Indiana Pacers. Really good bounce back game from Shai. I think is where we have to start off. He has 34 points, 11 of 21 from the field, 8 assists, 4 steals. In Game 1, I thought it was very clear that Shai wanted to take all the shots, sort of be the hero, lead them, but to the detriment of the offense and to the other players. And you could tell that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really made a concerted effort to get all of his guys involved. He took 11 shots in the first quarter in Game 1. I don't remember exactly how many shots he took in Game 2 in the first quarter, but he was actively spreading it out. There were a couple times where you could tell that he was actively like, you know what, I could take this shot, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try to get my teammates involved, which is why it was so imperative to play like this, because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can get his shot off at any point. He can get a shot off at any point. So you don't need to force it. You get the ball out, maybe get the ball back, get your other guys in rhythm, and you win together. You'll still get your points, which he did, of course, 38 in Game 1, 34 in Game 2. You'll still get your shot attempts, 21 versus 30, and you'll still be efficient. You got to the free throw line 12 times. You get the 8 assists. You get 4 steals. Like, he did everything he was supposed to lead his team on both ends of the floor to the win. And then you get J-Dub with 19, Chet with 15. They really struggled last game. And then, again, with them being in rhythm, we're able to be a lot more effective. Oklahoma City's bench was very critical, very crucial to their win today. Or, excuse me, not their win today. Their win in Game 2. You get Aaron Wiggins with how many points? I got it right here. Aaron Wiggins had 18 points. Hit 5 threes. 5 of 8 from 3. You get 20 points from Alex Caruso. He hit 4 threes. Alex Caruso was an absolute monster this game on both ends of the floor. Like, that guy is absolutely incredible. You got one of the best Alex Caruso games this playoffs. And then even like Isaiah Hartenstein, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they keep their starting lineup. Like, even he was good. He was a plus 17, which was the second highest on the team. He was a plus 17. He was fantastic. Just only 3 points, but the rebounding was better. He had 8 rebounds, and he didn't rebound bad in Game 1. But you could just tell, like, Oklahoma City made a concerted effort to rebound the basketball. They won the rebounding battle this game, 43-35, after getting out rebounded by 17 in Game 1. So Isaiah Hartenstein, really good game. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He made a couple great dimes. And defensively, him and Chet, the two big lineup, played 0 minutes, 0 seconds in the first game. And then in Game 2, it wasn't a lot of minutes. It was very short stretches. but their two big lineup was very, very crucial. I have here at some point, yeah, in the first quarter, the double big lineup, they played against Thomas Bryant and Obi Toppin. They're a 4-5 lineup for the Indiana Pacers, and immediately, like the first possession, Chet gets a block off the help side. Like that's how you win. They went away from the double big lineup as if it wasn't effective. Like it's been effective the whole season. It's been effective the whole playoffs. They needed to play it. They decided not to in game one for whatever reason. And I'm very glad that they got back into it. Mark Daigneault really, really made changes, and it really, really helped out for Oklahoma City to not only win the game, but just win in a dominant fashion. Whenever in game one, they can never get any separation. The highest lead was 15. I was with a little under 9.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. This game, it was 23 points. There was a 1 point, I believe, in the third quarter. They went up by 23. Indiana calls a timeout. They literally Indiana goes on a 10-0 run. You know how relentless this team is. That's been the story of the playoffs for them. It doesn't matter how much they're down by. They're going to keep coming, and keep coming. And they went on a 10-0 run. Oklahoma City calls a timeout and go on like a 6-0 run to push the lead back from, 13 to like 18 or 19. Like that wasn't happening in game one. They wasn't responding to runs with runs of their own. But they did that with good offensive process, good pace, which is something I wanted them to do in game one. In game two more, because in game one they didn't do it enough, but they ran a lot. 15 turnovers for the Indiana Pacers, obviously not as much as 25, but they were forcing so many misses. Indiana shot, when I want to say 40% from the field, 45% from the field, which isn't bad. Of course, but it's a little under their average. I believe they're shooting, I want to say 47% from the field, but they forced enough misses, especially in the first half, because Indiana's offense wasn't bad in the second half. They were just in such a deficit that no matter how many times they scored, they could never get a stop on the other end and cut into the lead too much. Like I feel like they never really cut it down to 10. I feel like the 12 was probably the lowest they got from 23. They were able to run off misses. They were really able to run off misses, and they really made everybody on Indiana comfortable. Tyrese Halliburton, 5 turnovers. You know this guy does not turn the ball over. That's one of his superpowers. And he had 5 turnovers. They were pickpocketing him. They were making sure he doesn't get the ball, and anytime he did get the ball, make sure he's uncomfortable. Stay with him. He's not like, Kyrie Irving with the basketball. He's not Steph Curry with the basketball, but he can be a little bit twitchy, and he has good burst. And they made sure that he didn't get to any of his spots comfortably. And so, very, very good team win all around. Very good bounce back. All they had to do was play how they usually play, and everything in game one that they didn't do as well, they did better in game two. Screening, rebounding, pace, offensive process, all that was much, much better in game two for Oklahoma City Thunder. And now, moving on to the Indiana Pacers, my biggest thing was Siakam and Halliburton just didn't play as well. Halliburton is their best player, so he probably deserves more of the criticism. He had 17 points. His box score doesn't look too bad. 17 points, 6 assists. But he had 12 points in the fourth quarter. And they were like sort of meaningless. And that right there cannot happen again. You can't have 5 points through 3 quarters if you're Tyrese Halliburton. You are too good. This team needs your scoring really, really badly. It's hard. It's easier said than done. When you're guarded by Alex Caruso, when you're being guarded by Lou Dort, when you're being guarded by Cason Wallace, it's not easy to try to score 30 on efficient shooting. It's not easy. But there were times where he was just not aggressive enough for me. Get downhill, get 2 feet in the paint. I don't think he's incapable of doing that. Like he has good speed, like he has good burst. Get downhill, get to the basket. Indiana needs to try to find ways to get him the ball in advantageous spots. Set a lot of screens for him. And it's not like they don't set screens for him. You know, Indiana is screening and cutting literally all the time. But try to find ways to get him the basketball in good spots. He doesn't have to have the ball in his hands. If he can come off like a stagger screen off the ball, maybe you run a couple of those. Set screens maybe a little bit higher to get maybe 2-on-1s. Like Halliburton for game 3, when he scores 20 points, they're like 8-1 or something like that. Like he needs to have games where he has like 20, 25, 30 points. The assist, I'm always going to assume the assist is going to be there because the guy gives you 9, 10 assists pretty regularly. So he's going to have one of those games where he has 20, 25, 30 points and like 9, 10 assists. Rebound the basketball as well. He only had 3 rebounds. He had 10 rebounds in game 1. 3 rebounds in game 2. Because when he gets the rebounds, the advantage for Indiana is when he gets the rebound, he's immediately pushing. He's immediately pushing, and something good most of the time comes out from when Halliburton is grabbing the rebound and pushing the pace. Siakam, 15 points, 3 of 11 from the field. He really struggled. I thought he was gonna get a little bit going in the second quarter. He had these 2 straight layups. One of them was an and one, but he just was not effective. They need to find some mismatches for him. Cason Wallace. Maybe even attack Shai a little bit. Like there's not a lot of places to attack Oklahoma City's defense because everybody can defend. But make Shai Gilgeous-Alexander work on the other end. Make him have to guard Siakam, and they didn't do enough to get Siakam going, in my opinion. Even like their bench was pretty good in game 1. You had Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin had 17 in game 1, hit 5 threes. 3 points, 5 rebounds, 1 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Not good enough. McConnell wasn't bad, 11 points, 6 assists. Mathurin, 14 points. But I thought Mathurin was getting cooked on defense. He was guarding Shai a lot, and Shai was just getting whatever he wanted. He was getting whatever he wanted. Mathurin, I don't think he had the greatest minutes. Same thing with Thomas Bryant. He played 12 minutes, didn't hit a single shot, made 1 free throw, but defensively, we all know who Thomas Bryant is. He's not the greatest defender at the center position. I thought he was getting cooked. When he was on the floor, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was finding him. Where is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Where is Thomas Bryant? I'm SGA. I'm finna cook. And boy, did he get cooked. They're gonna need better performances from their bench, but most importantly, they're gonna need better performances from their stars. Aaron Nesmith give you 14 points. He wasn't bad. Nembhard, 11 points. He wasn't bad, but like your 2 all-star guys, Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, they have to really, really step up for Indiana. I thought in the second quarter, you got to credit Oklahoma City's defense, but I thought that the Indiana Pacers were like really, really settling for a lot of bad shots in the second quarter. And their offense, when Halliburton was off the bench, was on the bench, was like pretty abysmal to watch, honestly. It just wasn't good. And then on top of that, as a team, their defense was pretty good to start the game, but from like the second quarter on, it just wasn't good. Oklahoma City Thunder was able to get whatever they wanted, and if you're Indiana, like you've transformed yourself into a really good two-way team, but we didn't see any of that. Their offense was good in the second half. They were able to at least reach 107 points. But again, listen, against this team, scoring 100 or 110 is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But their defense, you allow 123 points. Like that's you can't do that. And then they started turning the ball over a little bit in the second quarter as well. Uh, Nice, I remember in the third quarter, Neesmith had these two bad defensive plays on Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso was running on the baseline, and somebody passed it to him for a layup. Very next possession, Aaron Neesmith is late on a rotation. Alex Caruso is who has been shooting the ball like great in the second in these playoffs, was in the corner and just wide open for a three, and all you see is Aaron Neesmith trying to run all the way to the corner because he was late for that defensive rotation. Like they got it. They made too many mistakes on defense with stuff like that, just leaving guys open. I remember in the first half they left Chet open for a three, which I think was a two because his foot was on the line, but from a shot from long distance. And I know like teams might dare Chet Holmgren to shoot the basketball because you know he can be up and down with his three, but he was just too wide open in that one specific play. And then there was another play in the first half where Chet has the ball and he's wide open again and he's able to attack a closeout. Like their defense was slow, it wasn't together, they weren't on the string, the pressure wasn't there. Oklahoma City Thunder were too like in rhythm, in flow in their offense. The Pacers didn't really do anything to disrupt that. So if I'm Indiana, obviously you're going back home for game 3. You know, they always say bench guys always play better in game 3. So your role players got to step up. But Pascal Siakam has to be aggressive and assertive. Tyrese Halliburton has to be aggressive and assertive. He has to look to get into the paint. He can't be passive. He has to take shots in rhythm. And as a team, Indiana's defense has to be a lot better. They have to more ball pressure, make the Oklahoma City Thunder play late into the shot clock. Pressure. They're a team that pressures full court. But with how much they were like missing shots, especially in the first half, you saw a lot more. You saw a lot better pace from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Slow them down. Find a way to make them play really late into the shot clock. Jack up, really bad 2-pointers or 3-pointers. It doesn't matter. But they're capable of playing better. They're capable of playing better on both ends of the floor. We've seen it. They usually respond well after a loss. You think back to Game 3 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. What did they do in Game 4? Blow the doors off of them. You think back to Game 3 against the Milwaukee Bucks. They came back. They cooked them in Game 4. You think about their Game 3 loss against the New York Knicks. What did they do? They come back. It wasn't a blowout, but they did come back and win. Game 5, they lost in New York. Come back Game 6, pretty convincing win in Game 6 in front of their home fans. So I expect them to be a lot better. I can't wait for Game 3. Game 3 is tomorrow. You will be seeing this. Yeah, you'll be seeing this today. I was thinking about uploading this tomorrow morning, but you'll see this later today, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any and all help would be greatly appreciated. Share this video with your friends, family, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.